All right, so this this was a really good day. This is like my first time in my, it's just so crazy. My first time in my life that I'm like going out and like doing stuff. Like, and I'm just going to like Starbucks and sitting, but it made me like really happy today, so that's good. I was journaling a little bit, and then I got a book about overcoming complex trauma. And like the first 2 pages I was crying because like there's so much in those pages about me, like how like my whole childhood, like I have like abandonment issues and neglect issues, but then also like I have a lot of masking, and like I have like toxic shame. I'm scared of everything. There's so much stuff. I have social anxiety. I have all this stuff. And it was so me, like, because of like how I grew up. And so, yeah, I was crying, like emotional flashbacks and like just a lot. And I don't know. I don't know. I was like really crying, which also I was like crying about crying because I've never cried before because I was always like so numb as a kid, like kept everything inside that like now that I like crying, I'm like happy because I'm like when I go poop, I'm like really happy because like I feel like clean. I'm like, it's like the bad stuff's out of my body. Same thing with crying. In my head, like crying is like a little part of like me is like the hard shell is like going away. So I super happy when I cry. Even like I can't really cry yet. Like I don't like do that yet. I'm not there yet, but I'll like have the sensation and I'll get like tears and I'll sniff, which is like, it's a start. It's so crazy how like hijacked my like emotional system is and stuff like that, but I'm glad that I'm trying. Also, like I listened to a podcast about being in your 20s. I think I said it yesterday, but I really like thinking about how I am in life and I have nothing, and I'm like, I have no direction, and I'm hopeless, I'm helpless, and like I always like, it makes me so sad because I'm like, I am like so behind in life and all this stuff. I'm lost. I have no path. Which also I saw a Instagram video that made me cry because the guy was asking like, how do you help someone that's lazy? And the guy was like, if they're lazy, it's because they're lost. And like I started crying because I'm so lost. And then it was like, if they're procrastinating, it's because they're depressed. And I've like, procrastination is really bad. I struggle with that, but I've learned that I was like depressed my whole childhood, depressed and unsafe. And it wasn't like the people tried to, but like my emotional needs weren't taken care of. And if they're not taken care of, then like you're not safe as a child. So that also made me happy. But the podcast was like, in your 20s, you're supposed to be like figuring out who you are, learning what you want to do. And I'm in my 20s and that's what I'm doing. And like, I don't know, she's like saying how like the timeline that we have for ourselves is like how that what they had back then, when, you know, lifespan was till 60 and everything was predictable and people came to family households, they had support and stuff like that. And we don't have that. We have a crappy economy and like so much turmoil and so much mental health. So it's like we need to put ourselves on a different list. So she's like, in your 20s, you are like, you're fine. Like, just figure out what you want to do. I'm 26, so I don't know what I want to do, and I have no direction. And I don't know, it just made me happy. So I'm just like, I'm doing exactly what I need to do. I'm learning myself, like trying to fix my emotional needs. Also, I talked with my sister today, and she was like telling us about one of our old sisters, or I don't know what we call it, friends. I don't know. We live together at the home, but she is like getting a divorce, and she's like, she knows that she's meant for more and she wants to like figure out herself. And I'm just like, I'm so happy, even though this time is like not a good time. Like this, you know, I'm not like, I don't know, but like I'm by myself. I don't have responsibilities. Like I can just focus on myself and healing, however long that takes. Because I feel like when you have kids and like a husband, like it stunts your emotional growth. Like you still get mature, like you grow as a person, but like emotionally, like you're stunned. Like a lot of people, when they get divorced and their kids are gone, they're finally like figuring out what, like they're stuck being by themselves. They're finally figuring out what they like, and they're finally figuring out themselves. And I'm just glad that I have this time to figure it out right now, versus like having to wait 30 years and putting kids before me and a husband before me. I'm just like, I don't want that. Also, I'm really avoidant. So avoidant people, like, we don't mean to, but we ruin a lot of stuff for ourselves. So, like, I've already ruined so many job opportunities, like so many, I can count them on like 2 hands. And like, I don't want to find the love of my life and then ruin that, you know? So I'm glad I have this time, 26 years strong, to like just figure out myself, heal, and learn more hobbies. I'm writing a book, which is crazy. I went to Starbucks, like literally the highlight of my week, last week and this week, is going to Starbucks, sitting there reading or like writing. I like feel like I could cry, because like my whole life I come home from work and I don't talk to anybody, and I lay in bed and I scroll till the next day, and then I go to work. If I'm like emotionally, I can even go to work, like yeah, like I'll like call out even though I have bills, because I'm like, I can't emotionally do it. But last week and this week, I got up, did some roots, like breath work. So I'm worried about, like, I'm trying to stay stress-free, body stress, not like stress workload. But yeah, I went to Starbucks and literally just wrote, journaled, and like read. And like, I felt so happy, like, oh my gosh, look at me doing this. Like, I'm doing like someone that just went on like some crazy, like got some crazy job or something like that. Like, that's how I feel, like just going to Starbucks, sitting there and like writing, because I feel so productive. Like, it made me so happy. And then also, like, I'll get like boost of like serotonin, like from like thinking of something, like, and then I'll start crying, because like it's like a shock to like my nervous system. And also, like, that makes me happy too. So like, I'm healing just on my own little timeline, on my own journey. So I'm very happy. I want to maybe get married when I'm like 29, 28. I feel like the next 2 years I need to do like hardcore like mental health work. And I feel like once I'm like emotionally, like, I know my hobbies, I know myself, my triggers, then I'm ready to get married. But before then, like, if you don't know yourself, if you don't have hobbies, if like, I don't know, like, you need to, things that you need to work on, like, you have no business like thinking about a guy. Also, I have like attachment issues, so like, I was not pretty, or like my whole life, like I never had someone like me or think I was cute or flirt with me. And then like, I've been numb and depressed, so it like worked out in my favor. It's not like I've been like fighting for like people to keep my virginity and stuff like that, but it worked out in my favor, which I'm so thankful for. So last year is when I started like taking care of myself and like getting like healthy and like starting to have a little glow up. And I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Totally lost what I was thinking about. Wow, that's crazy. That's gonna make me mad. I'm gonna rewatch this and be pissed off. What point was I trying to make? That's gonna piss me off. I had to glow up, I said that, but what was I trying to say? We are the world. My teeth are white. That's gonna really piss me off. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. Yeah. Let's start living. And the choice we're making, we're saving our whole lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me. This is not what I was talking about, but because the good thing about like not being in a relationship and like waiting till I'm mentally healed is like I know exactly like what I want in a man, what characteristics, and I feel like an 18-year-old me versus like 28-year-old me, like what I want and like what I want versus what I need is like two different things. And so a lot of people like get in relationships, they don't want to be alone and stuff like that, but I don't know, I'm just glad that I have time to, because I want, well, he's got to be tall, he's got to have nice teeth, but I want like, I don't know firsthand, but like in my head, I feel like I'm super attracted to like inner strength and character, like someone that's super smart. I feel like that's so attractive, like the quiet, analytical, like smart person, like I love that. Like just inner character like is like a big turn on for me. Like I want someone that's like not like an alpha male, like dominant, like I don't know. I want some like that like commands respect, like I want, or demands respect. I want someone that's like I love so much and I trust, and like he brings me like so much joy and happiness that like I just respect, you know? So like when I was younger, I always I want a dominant man who's the head of the family, who like knows what he wants. And like now, like there's this one couple, Ivory and Elliot, they, in my opinion, they have like the worst relationship, because not on her end, but like on his. Like I feel like he is so mean to her, and like that's just his personality. He's just like a super blunt, like dominant person. But it's like if I ever was in a relationship with someone like that, like we would be fist fighting. And like I could definitely picture her like as like the battered wife that just that stays with her husband just because she wants peace, like, and she doesn't want to like break up her family. Like she's such a sweet lady, and I just wish that she got married really young. And I'm like, I wonder if like if she would have waited, like would they even get together, like if she had more options, you know? He was like the first person I think she dated, because she dated right out of college. And like in my opinion, he's so mean to her. Like, I could never have a relationship like theirs, ever. Like, we would be fist fighting. Because I don't know, I feel like he talks to her so mean. But he's like one of those, like, dominant, like, alpha, like, head of the family, makes all the money type person. And on top of that, he's, like, super blunt. And, like, they've been married 20 years, like, but it's, like, I could never, like, do that. And, like, I don't know. She's so sweet. I'm just, like, I wonder how it'd be, like, if she found, like, an equally sweet person that, like, loves to sing and, like, well, I mean, Elliot does love to sing, but that was, like, on her level. Like, she'd be even more happy. But let's start giving. Also, I dissociate a lot. And when I dissociate, I always like pretend like someone's talking to, like, ask me a question, like with a microphone, and I'm like answering, like, of something that I've already thought about and like already figured out in my mind. But like I think that's me talking to my subconscious, you know? I used to love the fact that I maladapted daydream, because I thought it was like my superpower, because I am not a creative person at all. But like, once I started maladaptive daydreaming, I like had like, I have 500 ideas in my phone, like good ideas that came from maladaptive daydreaming. And like, I loved it because I would just write it down and I would tell my sister, and she's like, that's such a good idea. And like, I don't know, like I literally was like, that's like my superpower. I didn't know that it came from trauma and stuff like that. But now I don't maladaptive dream as much. But before, oh my God, I would make up scenarios, and then like I would just watch the scenarios, and I would just like pull ideas from the scenarios. But now I'm like, I think maladaptive daydream is like my subconsciousness like speaking to me, like what, because I'm not really intact with my emotions. So whenever I feel sad, like I'll lay in bed and I'll daydream about like a very like traumatizing situation, and then I'll actually feel it because I can feel my maladaptive daydreaming. Because pretty much just like your body protects you, like helps you dissociate. So it like quiets this part of your brain, it does this, it like heightens this because it's trying to keep you inside of like that daze to protect you. And so like I feel everything. So like sometimes like I'm starting to feel like maladaptive daydream is like my subconsciousness talking to me, which is really cool. But yeah, I'll think of like sad stuff and then I'll actually have those emotions and I'll cry. I can like pin those emotions to like my present life and then I'll cry, which is like the craziest thing. Like I think it's a superpower, but then like it's a double-edged sword because like it doesn't, maladaptive daydream, like it doesn't want to like leave, like it wants to stay there, it wants to keep it, like, because it's only like a thing if you're like in the daze. Like if you're not, then like it's not, like I don't know, like it wants to be alive, it wants to like eat on your memories and like use your body and stuff like that. And like if you don't let it, if you're not in like that daze, then like it's not like, I don't know, it just wants to be in the daze, and the more you do it, the more like I think you just want to do it. I don't know how to say it, but we are the world. Mm-hmm. I hate how like thick this part is, like golly. But anyways, I'm really happy today. I know that I'm about to get like a crashing wave of like depression because that happens when like yesterday, like I went outside, I had a good day and came back inside and I was like just like that, was like depressed, and I had to call it from work. So I have to go to work, so we're gonna try to like really not give it the time of day. And podcasts are helping me like stay awake because I'm never present. This is crazy for me. Like I'm actually like aware of everything because I've been listening to a podcast for a little while, but I'm usually never present. And so podcasts like help with focus and stuff like that, which is actually great. I'm like thinning out the bottoms because I hate how it's so thick that the bottoms like start to not curl. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. Okay, that's it for today. I'm doing these because I really want to, I know that I'm going to be something someday. Like I just know it. Like since I was a kid, I always knew it. And like I just know our family's gonna be great, but I want to keep these so I can look back and see where I am, and also see the old me before I get plastic surgery. Because I don't know what I look like. It's like a thing. I actually can't picture myself, which I already said about. But what the heck, dude? You say my love. I hate how thick this wig is. Which you would never be able to tell is a wig. I hope I like look Spanish. Black people embarrass me in the nicest way possible. I just grew up with like all white people, so I have like that mindset. And so like I have like the white person mindset, like the way I think and stuff like that. So like it's very hard for me to hang out with black people because I'm like always embarrassed and like, yeah. I understand internal racism, which I didn't think was a thing, but it's like now I'm realizing that I have it. Internal racism, which is the craziest thing. I'm black. Yeah. I hate that part. It's too thick. Like, why is that? I shouldn't have to stick out like that. This is not how you're supposed to do it. But this is a wig, so I don't really care. Okay. I hate that part. That was a good one. We are the world. We are the children. Yeah. Let's start living. Although I hate like my upbringing, like it caused me so much trauma and so much pain, I'm so thankful for it because look at me. I could be so much worse, like pregnant with kids or baby mama and like stump my growth for years and like make all these mistakes for years. And it's like, I'm figuring out what is causing these problems and I'm, you know, I have time of the day and I'm fixing it. And I love that. I'm so thankful for where I came from only because of that. Like as soon as I get money, I'm getting psychotherapy because I need psychotherapy so bad. But I mean, it wasn't their fault because like all the staff there were like really old. We were raised like boomers, I swear to God. Like it was just like push through. Like my roommates, like I had a girl who had got her arm cut off by cartel. I had like people that were like raped, abused, like stepmom like beat them, made them eat dog food, gave them like a thing to pee in, and like didn't let them leave. Like trauma. And like as soon as we got there, they were like, all right, push through it. Like they would like shove the Bible down their throats and then just like push through it. And like obviously like, you know, if you have trauma, like it doesn't go away. It comes out more intense ways. So a lot of us slowly got worse there, and then eventually you get kicked out, and that's that. And then the people that do graduate that came from like less traumatic situations, they're part of like the statistic that they'll do statistics like this percent of people that come like do really good, and it's like only the people that graduate that they pull for to do the statistics, because like if you wouldn't do them, it'd be like, and 87% of the people here go out and get pregnant or do crap, and you know, it's not good statistics. So I over time definitely got worse because and I'm like still bad, but I need psychotherapy. So once I save up, once I get money, I'm paying off my credit card and I'm going to get psychotherapy. Like, why is it doing that? They're saving our lives. But okay.